I like the fact that Zero had the chance to collaborate with me. I believe that when we talk about circularity or sustainability, it goes deep.
Hello everybody. We are here with Victor-Hart. We are at Zero, and today we talk about his fashion and how it's being about fashion. So Victor, introduce yourself, how you started, and how it's going.
Hello guys, this is Victor-Hart. I'm a Ghanaian, born and bred in Ghana, but living in Bologna, Italy. And long story short, Victor-Hart started long ago, which it's a dream that I have dreamt all my life as a kid to really build a brand from the scratch. When I had the opportunity to touch a Gucci bag, foreign Prada bags when I was a kid. So this was the starting point of my idea of to be a designer, just for the love of the quality that I have. So fast forward, after university, I came to Italy to study fashion in Milan. And after my studies in Milan, I worked with some companies also. So I decided to follow this passion of Victor-Hart, which I started to work close with artisans in Bologna and also all over in Italy. And at the point I realized it needs more of research, more of understanding to know what Victor-Hart really stands for, because I think to be a designer is not just about making clothes, but it's about the fact of making clothes which comes from a true kind of authentic place, and it solves problem with society or with people, because the most important thing that Victor-Hart hold it very dearly is craftsmanship, which we don't play around with. Second also is the silhouette, which is the shape that anybody who wears the garment, how we should really reflect in their principles and values, because I am a strong believer of people with respect, people with philosophies, people with identity, you know. So Victor-Hart really look forward also to futuristic kind of aesthetics, where it gives you more room to grow as a person, to evolve, to be whoever you want to be, because the future is bright for everyone. So we try to bring all these things inside the brand, and also bringing in the Ghanaian culture, which is very rich with colors, very rich with storytelling. So after making the clothes, we look at the storytelling where it touches a lot of societal problems, you know. I'm more into workwear because I believe that at the working place, we spend most of our life there. When we go home, we spend a few times, but at the workplace, we spend all our time. So I believe if you want to go to work and you want to feel comfortable, feel unique, feel authentic, you need to wear Victor-Hart, because that's what makes you unique. And the uniqueness comes with all the principles and the ethos that I spoke about, you know. And that's why we thrive on the market also, because also working with Zero, it was amazing opportunity that we start to talk, to understand the possibilities of craftsmanship before we even try to make the collaboration work. And one of the best things that I really like is a good collaboration always have its own way of evolving and improving the lives of the artisans and also the creator as well. Because when we create the bag, it was just a mere bag for a normal man, but for the artisans, you know, it was something more personal with them, you know. And also with me, it was personal for me. That is a problem I want to solve. So this kind of gives you a lot of energies and a lot of strength to create more, you know. And that's what I believe in, and that's what I stand for, because not just a way of making bag and wearing dresses, but wearing things reflects on society. And also in our workplace, you can wear like normal fast fashion clothes, you will throw away in a week. You know, in a week you throw away. In a day you have to put it somewhere. The washing condition is bad, And I believe that when we talk about circularity or sustainability, it goes deep, not just about wearing upcycling clothes. No, your whole life should reflect on sustainability.
Yes.
Even what you eat could reflect on sustainability. So it's a long journey for a client, for a customer, for a businessman, for a designer, for everyone. It's not always just about, oh, I eat the best food or I wear the best clothes. No, if you wear the best clothes and you don't have any idea of how to save even your wardrobe, I don't think you are doing any good.
Yeah, I agree with that. And you talk about circularity. How is your approach to circularity and how it reflects in your designs?
Yeah, thanks for this question. For me, I live with principles, like I said. Uh, when you talk about craftsmanship, craftsmanship is not just about tailoring.
Yeah.
No, it's something that reflects on you as a person to be respected. When we talk about military tailoring as well and craftsmanship, it should reflect on you as a person. When someone wear really good jacket, really made very well, and you see them, you put a lot of respect on them. Why? Because their persona itself reflects with the jacket. So when they put together, it gives you all the values you're looking for in life.
Yeah.
So my way of secularity is very principled, where I myself, I have few pants, I have few jackets. I don't have millions of jackets I change every day. This upcycling jacket you see here is something I did for 3 years ago. I wore it for like 2 years straight.
Wow.
Yeah, I didn't change it, but I had the opportunity to wear a lot of garments. No, it's a way of using one product to reflect on who you are, but mixing with other things as well. And circularity is not also just about fabrics, good wages. It's about also your wardrobe. How best do we clean our wardrobe with just few pieces that we wear all the time and change it in many ways that can reflect, You can have like few clothes in your wardrobe and you can wear it for all seasons. Only when you put on weight, only when you lost weight, then you can change to something different. But if you have the same dress you like all the time, I don't think there's a problem with you in terms of changing anything. You will keep wearing it every season, But the trend is more like every time, every 6 months, 3 months, you change. But circularity is something that you live by. It stays with you, It becomes part of you. That always look for something old that you have and put it in a new way. And when it comes to the creation part, I have a rule: less is more. It's very important. Less is more, because I have limited stuff to create more ideas.
And it's really difficult too, right?
It's very, very difficult to come to a point where you have the authority to use the little to create, because we live in a world where we have so many opportunities, so many ways to do everything, and everybody wants more and more and more and more and more. But my principle is I stay back, I look at the limited resources that I have. What is the best thing to do out of it, So I really take this in a very strong way, and I really respect it. And also it helps me to create more and more, because it opens you out and try to find ways and means to cut down the unnecessary things that you don't need. In fashion, everybody wants to create dreams, but for me, when it comes to, I want to create something that you want to live with it for a lifetime. And that's why I'm into minimalist aesthetics. We have clean tailoring, sharp tailoring. We don't have drama in our fabrics. If we research, if we work on textures, they give you the value. If we work on construction, we give you the value. If we work on maybe different kind of ideas, we look at what is the most important thing that you need from that kind of idea or design before we can even think about how best can we fit in so many ways to help everyone. Because when you have an idea or when you are creating, it starts with a problem. but the problem may not be a big problem for everyone. But then you can use the solution that you find to solve little problem, and solving the little problem, you discover the big problems also. So my way of circularity works in this way. It doesn't have a static point and rules to follow because I have only 5 things to do and that's it. No, it's a flexibility, it's a comfortability, it's the open-mindedness, and it's futuristic for you to see what's coming or what's ahead of you.
Wow, man. Thank you for your answer. I mean, it's really, really deep. Thank you for letting us enter in your world. And talking about like supplier and people that you work with, what's your approach with like when you select supplier?
Well, most of the suppliers that I have, I never search for them. They come to me, or we find a way to understand if something will work. Because I believe, back to the circularity again, I believe in long-term relationships rather than short terms.
Yeah.
And I believe in very good kind of approach with collaborations and suppliers and how you say, workers and everyone. And most importantly, I always stand by the fact that you need to be trusted, you know?
Yeah.
Because when you have the possibility to trust a supplier, they open more doors for you. You also open more doors for them. And when there is no trust, it's a one-time job, but then I look at the bigger picture of how best we can work together. So few of my suppliers that I have, even zero, you contact me. And when I came to, I said, let's have a talk. Let's see eye to eye before. That's my rule. I don't do collaborations with people staying online and send them the stuff. They send, no, I don't want to do. We see face to face, we talk, we understand, we get to understand the value of the negotiation and the work we will do together before we come to a cross point where, okay, we have to do. But also there is one thing I discovered, that sometimes when you meet a genuine supplier or a collaborator, everything happens so quick.
Yeah.
Because you share same
That's true.
mentality, you share same principle, you share same vision, same value. So it doesn't crack a bone to do it quick, is to speed up, because I'm a Ghanaian. In Ghana, we have a way of doing stuff, very quick way, very slow way, depending. But in Europe, everything takes time. You know, it's to work with a supplier, you need like 3 months, 6 months to understand. But when you meet the right ones, it's like this.
Everything is quick.
They speak one or two today, they show the action, you know, and most importantly also, their intentions of what they want to do and how they want to proceed is also very important with me. When we have a discussion, I get to understand them more and more and more. And when there are difficulties, how they handle it, you know, because I know that I can create something incredible with whatever they give me, but I also want to see how best they could react to it, you know, how much interest they have. If it's a one-time job, it's a different situation. But if it's a long time, there need to be some principles laid on the table. We all need to put our principles on the table and see what works and what doesn't work.
And about your design and your story in general, I've seen some changes in you, because we know in a short time, but we know each other since an year, maybe.
Yeah.
And I see you changing a lot. How do you see yourself and your brand in 5 or 10 years?
Well, it's a good question, but I have now changed a lot of my approach. From before, I would say, oh, in 10 years, I want to be this, I want to be that. It's good, but I am someone who is very pragmatic. I live in the now and leave the future for itself, you know, because if you understand the urgency of your today, there is good future for you.
Yeah.
You know, it gives you more and more opportunity to be prepared, you know. So I'm more now looking at, okay, if I have to work on something, how good can I do it today, you know?
Wow, man.
And when I do it good today, I'm not worried of the future because the good things will come back, you know?
Yeah.
And this is the approach. So it's the same thing I use in my life, and it's the same thing I put in the business management, all the collaborators, the internships that I have. I always tell them, feel free to do what you want to do. I will give you the opportunity, the platform to express yourself, but let's see the result. Do we both like it or not, you know? And what we do together today will create the tomorrow. And the tomorrow is the future. You need not to worry about it. The now is the most important thing that I really pay attention to rather than looking at the future, which I don't know, probably I may not even see it.
Yeah.
You know, but
maybe that's why now we are in this situation where we have a lot of waste because people in the past didn't think about.
that's the thing. They didn't think about the now, how to make it right. And they kept doing and doing and doing. And now they realize, oh, we did this before.
Yeah.
But for the new generation, we need to understand the importance of just today. If you do it right today, tomorrow will be nice.
Yeah.
You know, it's just like you wake up in the bed, you lay your bed. It's today. When you come back from your heavy workload from work, you come, you know, you have a good bed to sleep on.
Yeah.
If it's a mess,
That's right.
you can't. You know, you feel tired more and more. But these are like basic principles I live by. I live by these codes, and it gives me all the collaborations that I'm looking for. It gives me all the principles, all the new kind of interesting people that I want to work with. Few days ago, a supplier came to my studio out of nowhere. He said, "I see you post this. Why?" I asked, "Because I think you have something interesting that I want to also support." I'm like, I'm not looking for support, but what do you want from me, you know? And we lay down our rules, and we realize, oh, we are really good, but let's hold on for any collaboration and talk more and more, you know?
Yes.
Because today is the importance of knowing what we are about and understanding and doing it right. So tomorrow, it will be very safe for all of us.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
other people want to create and create and create. No, I take my time. And also in my design principles that I use to build the brand, we change also the way of making collections. Everybody's doing it after 3 months, 3 months, 3 months, 6 months. No, we have a different approach, you know, and it's working.
Yeah. And Victor, last question. I didn't want to be the last question because you are giving us a lot of value. How you think that a supplier like Zero, so that is recovering waste, can help designers and young designers especially?
Okay. First of all, I'm not saying this because I'm on camera. I like the fact that Zero had the chance to collaborate with me. Why? Because I realized it wasn't just about social media gimmicks.
Yeah.
You understand? When I came and I talked to you guys, I want to do a bag. I watch. The reception that I had was good. I went back home. I'm like, okay, I bring my work design of the bag to bring to you guys so we can work on it. I could easily say no, you know.
Yeah, sure.
But it's the reception that made me realize that Zero is a platform that can work on some products or some collaborations, can create new, better ideas, you know, and also tell other designers about the fact that Zero is doing something good. And this is not also like it's a fake story. I have been in your studios a lot of times, from Bologna to Firenze, to see the boxes of leather over there, you know, and you even tell me how we do with this, you know. So it's a matter of also the young designers thinking about the fact of other institutions to work with. Because if you have the waste and they have the creativity and you both don't know what to do, it's the same mess you create.
Yeah.
So there should be a level where both of you have to find the grounds, you know, to meet. And also there should be a risk somewhere. If Zero has to risk to work with a new designer, you go for it. Because you never know how these designers would bring products who will change the narrative of the story. You know, we change also how people are really affected by clothes or some ways. Nobody knows how many boxes you have in your studio,
Yeah.
but I do.
That's right.
And if I tell my 13,000 followers on my Instagram that you did this with me, and these are the ways we want to curb, you know, it's a way also you are telling the story and creating good products, and then there is a business on the table as well.
Yeah.
You know, but if you don't, if Zero doesn't see it or the designer doesn't see it from that point, then we miss the importance of collaboration. Then we miss the importance of bridging a gap. You know, the gap should always come out as a means of an improvement to what we are going through. You know, and
Yeah.
Zero is a good brand when it comes to, you know, dead stock.
Thank you.
You know,
Thank you.
the last season, I had the opportunity where I was buying jeans all over the place, very expensive. And I told you my problem, hey, I can't afford 10 euro meters of 1 meter of a fabric. You gave me a big discount.
Yeah.
That's also the benefit, you know. And when the pieces are created also, it gives the life to an old dead stock which is on a pile somewhere, you know. And people need products that can really reflect on their principles and their everyday life. And this is a time that other companies as well need to learn from Zero as you're doing this. You know, like Florania, I brought her today here. She's a designer for upcycling too, you know.
Yeah, yeah.
And her own work with other companies also deal with these things. And I think when I did a collaboration with you, everybody asked me, who is this company? You know, and this is where you have to also tap in.
Yeah.
And give a lot of education to everyone that, hey, we have the dead stock, come, we have good prices, we are not getting money from anyone, but we just want to help, you know.
Yeah.
Because there are millions of emerging designers out there, don't have the support, don't have the encouragement. And if Zero is able to be a platform where every young designer is going to come and support, it's the better way to change, because in 10 years time these designers will be big,
Yeah, for sure.
you know. And then the story of Zero of upcycling increases. Imagine, you know, let's say I'm a creative director for Louis Vuitton in tomorrow. I know you, I know how you work, I have been in your studio, I understand how it works. And if the company wants to do upcycling in a different approach, would you not be doing? You can do it too, you know. So we should look at all these longer terms, you know, longer vision with people, and looking at how best we can change so many things that is wrong in the system.
Yeah.
Because
yeah.
fashion is really a big problematic industry where the clothes that they ship to Africa to the landmarks is really bad.
Yeah, that's a
It's really
huge
horrible.
problem.
Yeah, it's
That's
a huge problem. So if you are taking it back in Europe and you are trying to find people to collaborate with, I think it's the best way to go, because it doesn't need to go any other place than to reuse them again.
We have the designer, we have the material, we
Yeah.
have
You have the
creativity,
craftsmanship, yeah.
we have the craftsmanship, we have everything.
See.
And everything needs to be here and needs to be like everything instead of the material needs to be.
Yeah, I think so. And Alessio, Valentina, you, David, Roberta, all of you guys are really nice people. And you have a big studio also to accommodate, to also to teach other people that I saw in the studio, that you were teaching young generation. And this is one of the problems we have now. I live in Bologna, full of artisans and craftsmen, and most of them are willing to pass down the knowledge to young people. But the young people are not interested, you know.
Yeah, that's a huge problem.
Yeah, but
Huge
I
problem.
think this is where like other institutions, you know, had to come in, like schools. If Palimoda is close to the studio,
Yeah, it's really close.
so if they want bags to be done in an upcycling way, you're like that. I saw these things in your studio.
Yeah.
So this changes the mentality that everybody wants something new from a luxury brand.
And cheap.
And cheap also, you know.
And cheap
But
also.
craftsmanship products are not that cheap.
No.
They are really made very well to last for a longer time. So if you want to buy 10 pieces of bags for 100 euro, and zero is making you one bag for 100 euro. It's the same. This is the same thing. You just need to buy quality, not quantity.
Yeah.
You know,
It's the mentality of people that
this is
that
what
needs to
we
change.
are facing up, and then most of the customers don't care, but they need to understand. And for them to understand, zero need to create the platform. The designer need to approach zero. Anyway, one person should approach.
Yeah.
So there should be a way to work together. This exhibition today is interesting, you know.
Yeah, yeah.
I see different brands.
Yeah, we have many brands here, and we hope that the next season will be better, of course.
Sure.
Maybe with something we do together.
Why not?
Why not? And thank you, Victor, for your time.
Thank you
And thank
too.
you for sharing with us
Thank you
all
too.
this information
It's a pleasure.
and your core.
Always on the call of zero.
And see you
Yeah.
next time.
Ciao, bye bye.
Grazie.
It's good.